Start her up.
Hey guys, George here, back again with a train stream.
Alright, what do we talk about?
Nothing. We don't talk about anything here.
But mostly nothing.
Yeah, but mostly nothing. All nothing. Just
All
we
nothing.
just talk, we just sit here in silence and you guys watch us just stare at the
Move
screen.
closer to the screen here, George. So we get some good voice. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully good. We've done a lot of train stuff, George and I, in the last week.
Dude,
A lot of train stuff.
today I had the best feeling. I woke up at like 1 and just came down here and I just like enjoyed running trains. I just, you know, I was just like came down here, I sat in the chair and I just ran some trains and it was just like the best feeling ever.
I tell you what, that's sometimes good. You have a great week, good weekend,
I know.
and you have some time on your hands and just relax and enjoy trains. I'm sure that everybody on here can probably pipe in and agree with that. How about that? Everybody here think that it's kind of fun to just kick back, relax, and enjoy trains?
Oh yeah, I mean I just let them run around and I watched them go, you know, and pretty cool. Switched out some trains.
So speaking of switched out trains, what are we running today, George?
So today we're running the Cino Mallet, which hasn't, I think it's been on the stream in quite a while.
That's a fun engine.
Yes, it is. It's not pulling a very prototypical train, but it's my railroad, or our railroad, so I don't care. But yeah, it's pulling the Union Pacific Lionel Union Pacific 18-inch passenger cars, which are another one of my favorites. And then we're running the Polar Express on the outside track, which I think it was on last time, but still, you know, I like this one a lot. So.
Yeah. I like that one too. We have that one on from time to time. We got a couple of neat cars going on there. Got the there's a few more that I'd like to get on that one too.
Which ones are that? Are they?
Well, I think there's like 6 different cars, but there's one specifically I'd like to get the sound car. Yeah, for that.
Kinda cool.
That would be
Make it a little longer.
right. Yeah.
What are your thoughts about? Oh boy. What are your thoughts about like the baggage car? Would you want to get that or not really?
Oh yeah. I like the baggage car. I think do they have a baggage car or is it a combine?
I'm not sure. I think it's a baggage car.
Okay.
I don't think there's a combine. But
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey everybody! Thanks for joining us. I see we've got some of the regulars coming in. For those of you that aren't regulars, my name's Wally. This is George.
We are GFW Trains.
Well, actually, George is GFW Trains. I'm
The producer.
The
Waldozer Productions.
Waldozer Productions. Yep. And every day, or not every day, but for a while we were doing everyday live streams. We've tried to keep them rolling after the stay at home, where we do one on Tuesday, one on Sunday. This is our Sunday variation of it, and we welcome you all here. We'll be on for a little while. We're talking trains, so kick back, relax, grab yourself a nice libation. George and I don't have any drinks today.
You can drink smoke fluid.
I like that, but then the smoke. Where would the smoke come out of your nose, your ears,
Your
mouth?
butt. Just
Oh my
fart it out.
gosh! Oh, this is a family-oriented program here, George. Family-oriented.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So
We've done some really cool train things the last week. Why don't you tell everybody who didn't see the streams that we did while we were out there?
So we were in White Creek, or the White Creek Railroad, and it's a privately owned 7.5 gauge railroad, in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area, and yeah, it's a really neat railroad. It's the 3rd largest in the United States, and
7.5 gauge.
Oh, 7.5 gauge railroad.
I believe that the Union Pacific, Santa Fe, and then maybe Norfolk and Southern is the 3rd largest railroad in the United States.
7.5 gauge railroad. But yeah, it's a really neat place. The cover picture was actually taken at Muir Lake, which is at White Creek, and yeah, it's really cool. In fact, we all went down there. My grandpa came down for a couple of days, and we just ran some trains. 7.5 gauge trains. It's really cool. Hopefully, we can make it back sometime soon. But
So what kind of trains did you see out there, Jordan? First off, let's tell people who don't know what 7.5 gauge is. Tell them what that is.
So 7.5 gauge is the ride-on trains, and it's about the size from. Would you say like these two center rails?
It's 7.5 inches apart.
Yeah, but like just like kind of like how big the rail looks like.
A little bit further than the center lines on those.
But yeah, it's pretty neat. And yeah, it's amazing. It's a really fun hobby. And yeah, we have friends that are in all parts of it per se, like steam, which is really cool aspect of it. 7.5 gauge is known as the live steam gauge, I guess. And there is miniature live steam trains that run on it. And we have a friend, Bill Coburnis, or Bilko as we call him. He has a Northern Pacific consolidation type locomotive, and that one's really cool. I've gotten to drive it quite a few times, and yeah, that engine is amazing. I love it a lot. But yeah, and then there's all different types of locomotives, and anything ranging from a small little Invicta 040 to big boy, you know?
Sure. So you've got steam engines, and then what are some of the other modes of power that they use for these trains?
So then there's the gas type, which is basically they have anywhere from like a little small like Honda engine or smaller engines to like what do you think the biggest engine that you can fit in one of those?
Probably about 12 horse or something like that.
And then they get pretty they can haul a lot of cars. In fact, the record at White Creek is 216 cars, which is
that's quite the train there.
That is pretty big. I mean, then the cars are heavy too. Like pulling around 9 cars is really heavy. Like you can't push that, you know, which is it's really cool. And then there's the electric like type, and those a lot of the times the electric a lot of people have like electric box cabs or like Plymouths and stuff like that, and those are for people that just like to ride around. They don't really like to operate per se. I mean, if they are operators, they have multiple box cabs to haul the heavy cars. But yeah, and then there's the bigger. Oops, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and the electrics. There's some pluses to the electrics, though.
Yeah, they're not as noisy. And yeah, they're really smooth. They're smoother from from the ones that I've driven. But yeah, and then there's the bigger electric type locomotives, which are in a lot of aspects really cool, but those can be kind of pricey per se. I think they're more expensive than the gas engines, would you say? Or about,
yeah.
But those are really cool, and you can put like different sound systems inside of them, and they can depending on how big they are, they can pull, or how big the motors are and how long the batteries last, they can pull quite a bit of cars, and it's really cool. And yeah, it's just amazing, just like the wide range of options you have in 7.5 gauge. And the cool part about it is the 7.5 gauge. There's not like just one manufacturer. I mean, there's some manufacturers out there, but there's like limited production per se. Like they'll make like 5 of one engine, and then they'll just be done until they there's a need for the engines. And there's also the people that make their engines by themselves. So we have a friend that we actually went down there, and he's been, for the past 9 years, he's been making a Pioneer Zephyr, which is really, really neat. It's made out of stainless steel. It's actually electric, but he's got a small little diesel motor in it that powers an alternator, or it's got the sounds for it, and then it powers the alternator to charge the batteries on the inside, so he can run pretty much all day as long as that engine is going, which is really neat. And yeah, that one, he recently got it going at our local railroad, Prairie State, but he was having some troubles at White Creek with it. But hopefully he can get those kinks worked out.
Yeah, it's beautiful Pioneers ever, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's amazing. I mean, he's put, like, blood, sweat, and tears into that engine.
Right. So one of the things that you've got to do was drive a steam engine, right?
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was fun. We did a live stream of that. The live stream is kind of spotty because we had some. It wasn't the greatest internet out there, but for all of those people that were on the stream and got to see the portions of the stream that we were on there for, it was really, really a lot of fun and some neat stuff going on. We got to show them parts of the railroad and then the steam train that you were driving too, right, George?
Yeah, that was Bilco's Northern Pacific number 84 consolidation type locomotive, and that is probably got to be one of the coolest engines that I've driven, for me personally, and it's really cool. It's not like super small, but it's not crazy big. So yeah, I like that engine a lot.
And one of the things that I find incredible about those is that they're not easy to drive, are they?
No, you gotta. I mean,
it's just like a regular steam locomotive.
It's pretty much the exact same thing, just miniaturized. And the hard part about it is you're doing everything. You know, you don't have one person for the firebox and the water, and then you got the engineer, and then the brakeman. No, you're doing everything. So you're the engineer, the brakeman, and just like everything on your steam engine that needs to be done has to be done by you, which is kind of cool. And running those is not easy, that's for sure. You have to run it a couple of times in order to get into a rhythm. And driving a steam engine at White Creek, if you're a first time operator there, it's like, I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, no, that'd be difficult, I'm sure, because there's a whole situation with the track control. Hold on a second. There's a whole situation with the track control that needs to go along here. Sorry, guys. I see what's going on. My bad. You gotta operate the track control. And then there's a couple of different kinds of steam locomotives that you can use too, right? There are 3 different kinds of steam locomotives. There's the E-steam.
Oh, yeah. So E-steam, which is the kind of electric type steam locomotive. So those are basically steam locomotives with electric engines in them, and they're not really real steam locomotives. They are normally just like they're like, I don't know, I like to call them static locomotives, because I mean they are steam locomotives on the outside, but on the inside they're just like big electric motors in them. And those are really cool, but those can be really expensive, because I don't think anybody really makes any E-steam locomotives. So you have to get those custom made. And then there's the propane fired locomotives, which is similar to an oil fired locomotive. So anything pretty much modern, like the 844 and the big boy, that's all like oil fired, and it's similar to the propane fired steam locomotives, which are in 7.5 gauge. And I've never really don't know too much about them. All I know is that the propane fuels the fire. But yeah, those are really cool too. And then you got the coal-fired steam locomotives, which a lot of people like because it's the real thing, if you know what I mean. And that one you have to, you use the same coal that's used in the big stuff, just, chopped down to make them fit into your steam engine. And boy, oh boy, that is really cool. And it's busy though too. And if you don't like getting dirty,
oh my gosh, yeah, some of the pictures of George is kind of funny, showing him with the coal all over his face. For those of you that are with us, I'm sorry about the pixelization. Not sure what's going on with the stream right now, but just hang with us. It'll come back at 11. It'll flow on that. So while we're waiting, I'll check people in the Nintendo version, the pixelization version, checking people in. All right, good, we're back. So let's see. Good to see everybody tonight, huh, George?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Share some trains on a Sunday night.
My remote turned off.
So Rapid Thunder Studios, first one in the door. Good to see you, Rapid Thunder. Get in the whistle. It's kind of fun while we were at White Creek when you're giving people whistles on regular steam locomotive.
Yeah.
I was checking them in. For those of you that weren't with us on the live stream, George was operating a live steam engine where he had the actual whistle, like a steam whistle.
Oh, yeah.
And as he was checking people in on the steam whistle, or on the live stream when he was driving, he was pulling a steam whistle for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. One of the things about driving a steam locomotive, though, it all like revolves around the pressure, what boiler pressure you're running at, and you want to be. I like to keep the engine around 100 psi, but I mean it runs good at 80, and then anything lower than that's like it'll move, but it won't pull anything. And if you go up a grade, you're not gonna make it. And anything above that's like really, really dangerous, and that's when your safety valves start to pop off and stuff like that. But that's just a little tidbit of that. But yeah. So
Shoot. Well, we're having pixelization problems and some streaming problems. What I'd like everybody to do, if you could help me before I checked in anybody else, how do we sound? Can you hear us when we do the pixelization? I'm sorry about the pixelization this evening. I'm going to try something real quick. Hang with me. I've been haven't been in YouTube purgatory for a while. I am going to cut the stream off for a second, recalibrate, and I'll be right back. So please don't leave me. It'll be just a moment, okay? Stay with us. All right, I think we're back here.
Everybody.
All right, so hey, thanks for that. For those of you stuck around, guess we'll have to rebuild the amount of people that are watching. Thanks for hanging in there. Hopefully I got this calibrated right. I think I'm actually in YouTube purgatory right now, where YouTube is punishing me for something. And even though I think I got everything technically correct, it's not always correct. So anyway, let's check some people in, right, George?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Sweet. All right, so we got Rapid Thunder Studios and Ben Santy. Good to see you guys. Rapid Thunder being the first one through the door. We got Trainstorm, PR Marquette Productions. Saying good evening, rail fans. We got Big O, Otis Tooley saying hi from the town of Princeton, West Virginia. Caleb Irwin in the house. Good to see you, Caleb. Good to see you. All right, we got Tim. Tim's Trains. He's in the house. The Tim's Trains. Says hello, George and Waldozer. Crossed Anchors. He's been putting out some fun videos these days. He's in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. Iron Fox is in the house. He put out a video the other day about he's actually, speaking of in the house, he's moved into a new house and is in the process of setting up a new train layout out there. So he had a video the other day on his train layout. We got Mommy Lulu in the house. She says it's time. Start the GFW trains up, George. Awesome and Block Productions in the house. Trainstorm, PR Marquette Productions saying hey. Well, hey, glad that you're here. RDD Dash checking in, saying hi, stream. Grandpa George Worderick, say hey guys, Dad's on. Trainstorms, they're happy that we're running the Polar Express. Thumbs up on that one. Mommy Yaya's in the house. Gloria Placencia. So hola, Wally and George. Let's see here. Trainstorm PR Marquette Productions is wondering, should I run the Polar Express, the L1s, the 4141, Percy, James, or Gordon, George?
Polar Express.
Polar Express is the train of the day today, huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of trains of the day, who was here the other day when we were doing the train races? I got a lot of complaints, George.
Yeah.
Because of the butt whooping that you put on me. Everybody roots for me, you know. I'm the.
I thought you were like Snake Oiler, man.
I am the face. I am the golden boy. I'm the superstar here. You can't have the little punk kid beating me.
The gasser.
The gasser. Like the gasser over here beating me. And speaking of which, Tim is giving me a little hard time. He says I need a touch of, just for men, touch of gray in my beard. And he's laughing at me.
Hey,
you
man.
look out, man.
Just give it 30 years.
You look
you'll
out.
be in the same place.
RDD Dash says, man, George's hair is getting long. Let's see that. In fact, George's hair just started up a Facebook, not a Facebook.
No, it didn't. Oh, man.
We're playing baseball yesterday, and George made an amazing catch out in the field, and all of a sudden, his hat flew off, and his hair was all over the place, flowing. And what made matters worse, there was a girl that insta-chatted him or snappy-grammed him or something like that, and told him that he had nice hair. So look at George all
Why, man? Why?
I don't know.
Anyways, continuing.
All right, so continuing that on that same vein, Angel Garcia's in our house. Our man Angel, good to see you. I hope that we can see you actually in person sometime soon there, Angel. He's called you Mophead.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it by now. Fix the Challenger, man. That would be cool when you see it running again.
Yep. Let's see here. Chris Lambert. Lambo says hello from California. Well, hello, Lambo. Good to see you. I love that nickname. George loves Lamborghinis. Wouldn't it be cool if his nickname was Lambo?
Yeah, my favorite Lamborghini is the Countach.
Countach. Well, hey, Lambo, welcome and hang out with us. My number one fan is here. George's one of George's top 2 fans, 3.
Top 2.
Grandma Anita's in the house. Anita Roderick. Definitely. Oh, she's getting a long whistle there.
Hold on.
It says, hi guys, Grandma here. You fellas been bringing on the trains this whole week with so many smiles and stories. Woohoo! Yes, for sure. Austin and Block Productions bringing in a little bit of bad news, saying that a Fulton County man has died in a boat accident. Well, sorry to hear that, Austin and Block Productions. Old Railroad Crossing Productions is here. Says hello. Good to have you, Old Railroad Crossing Production. Good to see you. D. Klinger's in the house. Say hello. Paul Coker's in the house. Say hello from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Grandpa is responding to your comment about drinking smoke fluid. Says you guys won't smell any different with the smoke fluid that with the smoke fluid you are already smoked. Sounds like a grandpa comment right there, doesn't it?
It does sound like a grandpa.
RJ Train's in the house. For those of you who don't know, down in the description link, we've got a link to Sam's O-Gauge Trains and RJ's Trains new channel. What's it called? Model Railroad Podcast?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a podcast with a bunch of different model railroading. What would you consider model railroaders?
Yeah.
And their stories, how they got involved, and just I don't know. It's really cool. You have to go out and watch the
take a look at
podcast.
that. We've got it.
They did a podcast with us.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And had a really good time talking to them. And in fact, I'm still talking to them every once in a while. So it's pretty cool.
I love it. And one of the things that we try and promote here is supporting each other. We've got a really, really neat group of people that come by and watch our podcast, or not our live streams. And I think that we should really support each other. There are a lot of neat YouTubers on here.
Yes, there
with
are.
some really, really good YouTube videos. And I think that it's really important that we support each other and watch each other's trains, comment or train videos, comment on each other's videos, subscribe. And truly, that's part of the fun of this hobby is sharing your trains with other people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having some give and take, some flow. And that's actually been one of the cool things with us right here with our own layout, sharing this with everybody, right?
Mm-hmm. It has been. And I think it's really cool. Just, sharing the layout, sharing
right?
the hobbies.
And it's been fun because we've gotten a lot of feedback about how people have, it's just fun to feel the passion that some of the people have. And then some of the people who have kind of drifted away from trains have said that, this whole community has re-sparked and reignited their interest in trains. And that's the best. Isn't that cool to hear stories like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, it's like you're lighting like a tiki torch with unlimited fluid.
Oh yeah. Like lighting up that smoke fluid with a bigger bottle than that one over there, huh?
Yeah. Like a gallon jug.
So anyway, to bring that part of the conversation full circle, down in the link is the description to their podcast channel, and it's a really neat channel. And give it a check out. Love to. I'm sure that they would love to get some patronage and some feedback as to what you'd like to see on their channel.
Yeah.
So, for everybody that's here, welcome. GFW Trains, our podcast our live stream where we
talk about everything mostly trains.
Right.
Actually, no, we talk about nothing, like I said at the beginning.
Oh,
just sit here and stare at you guys.
Right. So D. Klinger says he's been working on ballast today. Well, that's probably pretty cool. And we've got Dancing Kid here. I don't think Dancing Kid, I don't remember him ever swinging by. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us, Dancing Kid. Hope you enjoy our stream. Let us know what in the comments. What do you like to model? Do you like model trains, HO gauge, O gauge? What you modeling over there? Let us know. Do you know who else is here? Speaking of gauges, ooh, we got our man the N gauge, Humanity Junction. Who also has got a really cool YouTube channel. Just put out some more videos on there, so check out his channel. It's a really nice one.
He has a really cool T-track. I don't know. Would you consider them modules, or would you consider it a layout at this point? Because at first he started out with one module, now it's gradually become 4 modules. Yeah, he likes to collect N-scale circus trains. So he's got a nice little collection of N-scale circus locomotives, rolling stock, passenger cars, just all the whole 9 yards. And he's been working on a couple of T-track modules. Because he lives in an apartment in New York City, so he doesn't have the room for a layout, so he's working on modules, which is the next best thing, which is really cool. But yeah.
Oh, cool. Do you know who else is here? Ooh. We got some of our favorites. We got Sean's Trains in the house. Oh, yeah. We got Stephen Kofrel in the house, who again also put out put out some really cool videos on his channel. Check him out. He has a neat layout. He's been featured on our live stream here, and from time way back a while ago.
Yeah,
it was fun to have him on. We had another one of our favorites here. Mr. Manetti's in the house. Shoot, I know Mr. Manetti since I was George's age.
He said coal-fired locomotives don't require smoke fluid.
That's his nugget of wisdom for the day. Confucius say.
Oh yeah.
It's like something you read in a fortune cookie.
I know.
Confucius say coal-fired locomotives don't require smoke fluid. Yeah.
Well, the smoke fluid is like steam. Oh man. One thing I can tell you guys about the 7.5 gauge steam engine is, if you don't like inhaling smoke, like steam or just smoke from the steam engine,
because it comes right back in your face. It
comes right back in your face, and that's why you get so dirty. But yeah, I mean, like if you see in the live stream, I'm like leaning to the side a little bit. It's because the smoke fluid is coming in my face and I couldn't breathe. But yeah.
I might have a good picture that I'll have to share. Let's see here. So D. Klinger says he's been rail fanning. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Everyone's checking in when we were having sound problems, saying that their sound is good. That's good. Let's see. We got Matthew Garzon's in the house. Thank you for coming by, Matthew.
Well, I gotta get the box part. Let me put that out there.
We need to put that one up and get it on our Wall of Fame.
All right.
Wall of Fame. Got also some new Model Railroader 1225s here. Bill Cabernis in the house. Our man Bilko.
Speaking of steam engine.
We were just talking about you, Bilko. Your ears are ringing. You probably came in as soon as your ears started ringing. He says, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I had to catch up on IndyCar stuff."
Oh, Felix Rosenquist.
Yeah, that's another one of our hobbies, is IndyCar racing.
Yeah.
And a pair of races this weekend.
Yeah, it was really cool. Who won the first one?
That was it was Scott Dixon.
Oh, Dixon won.
Yep,
Nice.
Yep. So getting back to full circle for all the people that are just checking in, George, what are we running today?
So right now we're running the C&O Mallet, which is really nice, and it's not very prototypical, but I got the Union Pacific passenger set behind it, as you can see over here. And this one arguably has one of my favorite whistles on it. Let me just show you it real quick. Technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
But that one, and then I think my favorite's the JLC Big Boy whistle, man.
Right.
Running that when I was little on Grandpa's layout, oh man, it just brings back good memories. Trying to change the Sammy and Grandpa. But yeah.
That's cool. So got a comment. Got Thomas back there in the background. You just covered him up. People love to see Thomas back there in the background there, Georgie. So yeah, that is Thomas. That's my Thomas that I built out of I built it myself out of a little whistle, and also old Lionel post-war frame. And we use that one from time to time to race on the layout. It's a good racing engine.
Oh, yes it is. It's very fast.
Yep. So we're continuing to check people in. We got Matt K Productions in the house. Get him a whistle, big guy. Trains and Things, one of our favorite people, who's on all the time. In fact, he gave us these really cool signals back over here.
Did I cover them? Oh no, you can see him.
Yep. He sells those, and really nice product there for that one. Let's see here. D. Klinger says, I'm really pushing my transfer limits in my layout. I'm running 70 cars and 8 engines pulling it. That's quite the train there, D. Klinger.
Wow. Yeah.
That is
That's the
quite
thing
the
you can do with
train.
and scale, man. You can put, on a 4x8 layout, you can put like a lot of stuff. It can be one of the busiest layouts on a small 4x8 sheet of plywood, which I think is really cool.
Yep. Cross Anchors tells D. Klinger to get that on camera so we can see that. I agree. So other people checking in. We got SC Railer YT says hello from his new phone. Well, hello, new phone.
Hi.
Welcome to our stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Let's see. We also have RJ's Trains is getting back. We're a little bit behind on this. RJ's Trains says Sam and I are doing the live stream on Wednesday night to talk about the new lineup catalog. Ooh, that'd be cool. The live stream to check out. That would be a cool one. Caleb Irwin's in the house. So sorry I'm late. I was fixing a broken switch. I think we checked you in earlier, but that's all right. We're not stingy with those whistles, are we, George?
Sure.
So SC Railer YT says I am very busy this week. I got camp and I got to get jumped on by a little kid. Wish me luck. Well, I hope that's you're gonna have to explain that one tomorrow. We will wish you luck either way. So Lambo is asking about our layout here. It says, George, how long did the bench work take you?
Gosh, I'm gonna say it's maybe like 2 weeks. Do you think, or longer?
Oh, it took us a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Oh, that's
So actually it took us probably about 2 weeks
of work.
Right, and then there was
probably a span of like 4 months. Would you say?
Yeah, because we did a little bit here, a little bit there, and there were some parts that were a little bit harder. For those of you that have never seen our train layout on the other side of the camera, in fact, George can take it, turn that camera around. We've got 2 spots they have. You can just take the
camera.
Why don't you take it? We've got a lot of new people here, George. Why don't you take them around and show them the layout?
Okay.
The microphone is right there by George, so George will take over here.
Hello.
And give you a tour around the layout. It's not complete by any means. In fact, right at the beginning of the stay at home, we finally got it up so that we're able to run trains on it. So some of the hardest parts about it, though, were the drawbridges. George will show you the drawbridges because it's a layout where we're sitting in the center of it and it's on the outside. So we had the issues of what do you do where the layout goes over doors.
Yeah, so we'll start over here with my dad behind the camera. This was a spot of the layout that never gets shown.
That's the part that's all messy because that's where we keep a lot of our
tools,
equipment that we use to build the layout.
So, what my dad's talking about is we got the lift bridge right over here, and we don't have any trains coming, so I'll just lift it up real quick. And I can go in and out, and everything can still operate. We got 2 of these on the layout. There's nothing coming. But here's the place where put up the camera. And then over here we have we like to call this the island, because this is actually, matter of fact, I mean, this is probably the hardest part of the layout to construct, just because we had to revolve everything around these 2 doors, or hallway door.
Post.
Yeah. And, so it was really I mean, my dad did an amazing job with this. And so there's no power. Originally, there wasn't any power getting to this track, so he had to find a way to get power from the bridges to the island to the other bridge, and he did a really nice job. And as you can see, the trains run, so that's really nice. And once this mallet, there's the mallet, moves, I'll show you guys the other one. Here, I'll move it over here. So got the UP train doing a little O-scale rail fanning. That's actually kind of a cool angle. But yeah. So once the Polar Express and the Mallet move, I'll show you guys this bridge over here. Yeah. All right. So just gotta wait. Yeah, it's a slow train. Now that I realize it. But yeah. All right. Here we go. So this is the other part. And then we got the door over there to the workshop where we keep the trains. And yeah. So that's this part. So that's the part that not everybody ever gets to see because the camera's not over there. So only the people that have been over here and then the people that were here for the layout tour at the beginning. There we go. Okay.
So we back. Sorry about the anyway, to kind of continue with this, we had the plug in over here. And George, why don't you?
So basically over here we have the, this is another part that never really gets shown, but we have the curve switch over here that's going to lead into a track that goes to the second level of the layout. This is only the first level, so we're going to have a second level that goes up. The layout was going to be, or still is going to be, a double dog bone layout. So basically, on a dog bone layout, you see tracks come around and they'll loop around like a dog bone. Well, this one, a double dog bone is basically one that loops on top of itself. So, yeah, this is going to be the start of the incline to the second double dog bone. Then over here we have a station. We have a 4-track station, right over here. This is still in the beta phase, so but it's kind of just a rough mock-up of what it's going to look like. And then over here you can start to see the incline for the second level. And yeah, and then you can see where the double dog bone is supposed to be, right here.
The bottom part
of it. The bottom part of the dog bone. And then we have the freight yard over here. There's probably where the incline's going to end, right over there. And then, yeah, so then we got the Y over here and the double crossover. I don't think this one ever gets shown either. But right here we got a double crossover. And yeah, that's the layout so far.
In our production studio.
Yes. High quality shoe boxes. Oh, yes. Alrighty, well that is the train layout.
So we got it running on carpet, George. Why do we have it running on carpet?
So a lot of people use cork to make the sound. So one thing in model railroading is that a lot of people don't like about it is how noisy it can be when it's on a hard surface. So when it's on a hard surface, the trains get really, really loud, especially some of the NPC or post-war trains. And so one thing that people use on their model railroad is cork, and that'll kind of like muffle the sound from being really loud. Well, when my grandpa made his most recent layout, he used carpet because he was going to have a winter themed layout, and the carpet we found works. I mean, works as well or maybe even better than the cork to like muffle the sound, and if you're doing a winter layout, it looks really nice too.
And ultimately, that's what our plan is, to make the layout
a winter scene layout. So yeah, that's why we have the carpet on here, and works really well. It doesn't harm the engines at all, and yeah.
I mean, we don't have the scenery we want up here yet. We want to get the track work all set before we start scenery.
Yes.
And we've kind of stalled out on that because we had some time to work on it, and then just got into other summer stuff.
Yes.
Baseball and all that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, just I digress. We got away from this, so let's see here where we are.
I think we're at Cross Anchors.
Cross Anchor Railroad.
We're at Chris right here.
All right, so we got trains and things. Let's see here. So getting back to the live stream by RJ's Trains, they're planning on doing it at 7 or 8 p.m. and they're just waiting for Sam's work schedule. So getting back to that. So Old Railroad Crossing Productions says, I currently thinking about doing O-scale trains. Well, we like O-scale trains around here, don't we, George?
Yeah, we do. It's really cool to scale. I like the amount of detail that goes into it, and I don't know, it's just what I was born into, you know.
Right. Along those same lines, Train Storm Pierre Marquette Productions says his club is opening up on Tuesday. Super excited.
I would be too.
Yeah, it's neat to see everything get opened back up again. In fact, one of the things we talked about the other day was it's really, really important if you like your brick and mortar store that you buy trains at to make sure that you go there and support them, because this is going to be a really, really rough time for a lot of small businesses. If you like train stores, go there in production, or go there in particular. Matt K Productions is asking if you plan to have a tunnel, George. No tunnels, but a second level.
Yes.
And we're probably going to have some trestles on the second level.
Yes, correct. I mean, the closest thing we'll have to a tunnel is the station, which the trains go under. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a tunnel.
So let's see here. SE Railer YT says I had to sell my George Bush Loco due to it being broken. Well, that's too bad.
That stinks.
And then Steven, who's another guy who is kind of a first-gen railroader that we like to call him around here, says that he had a great weekend. Saw a couple of other YouTubers over by his house, RJ and Corey over there.
Oh, man.
That would have been a nice one to... I would have loved... I hope that we have the opportunity to meet all of those guys in person.
Yes.
It's really cool that we had an opportunity to meet and grow the community. Speaking of growing the community, and that, what about the... Tell me a little bit about the Discord channel that's the mainline Discord channel.
So basically, the Discord channel is an opportunity for us to continue talking, even though so since we're not doing daily streams anymore, it's an opportunity for us to continue talking to everybody, and it's really cool. We have multiple threads for different conversations, and people are on there daily. And if you're not a part of the Discord server, there is a link in the description for you to join it. And yeah, we highly recommend it. We have a good time on there.
We do. I'm not on there as much as I'd like to be. But there's definitely some good conversation with a lot of railroad enthusiasts, model train enthusiasts, right?
Yes.
So, let's see here. Sean's Train says, I ran the First Responders SD60E on the inside of my layout today, but still can't run the 611.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. Let's see here. Matthew Garsman asked if we saw the NASCAR race. Didn't watch a NASCAR race. We watched the IndyCar race. Was it a good NASCAR race? Who won? Let's see. Cross Anchor Railroad says, Stephen Crowfield, that's awesome to hear. Glad your weekend is going great. It's same as we are, checking in and talking about some really cool guy in the hobby. Bill Coe talking about steam, because we were talking about steam before he got in. Bill Coe is the owner of the 84 Consolidation steam engine that he lets George run from time to time. And he's making a comment about mosquito repellent.
Oh, it's the best natural... Well, I mean, it's not really mosquito... Not natural, but it's the best mosquito repellent that isn't from a bottle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It works actually really well. The only problem is when you're working on the steam engine, it got really hot up there, and I was working on it shirtless. They would get on your back, like the horseflies would get on your back, and you couldn't like swat them out because you can't reach back there. But yeah, that is oh man, yeah, it is really cool. But one of my favorite parts about it too is like at the end of the day when your face is just all like dirty.
Yeah, I might have to come up with it. I've got some good pictures of that.
Oh, yeah.
I have to post one of those up here onto YouTube before we're done. So let's see here. Everybody likes Steve Cofferl's great collection of new items that he has. Just put up a video on that for Stephen Cofferl's YouTube. Yeah. So check that out. It's got a fun YouTube channel, one of our favorites.
Yes, he does.
So D. Klinger says, I heard that the new Lionel catalog has legacy genset switchers and also sharks, and I really want to get both if they're in the catalog.
I
start saving up,
thing.
right?
Yeah. I had a really really long conversation with Tim about that last night, and yeah, I think they also got the cab forward, which they're rerunning. So it's gonna be cool to see that. And Tim said that they are redoing a run of Y3s again, which they haven't done in a real fat minute. But yeah, so that's what they're doing, and yeah.
Cool, cool. So if everybody could do me a real quick favor here, I always forget to ask people to do this. But if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button for us. That's really, really helpful with the YouTube algorithm. And after we're done with the stream gets kicked out to people who didn't watch the stream as part of their the suggested videos or on their channel. So if you could smash that thumbs up button for me right now, give us some likes. We'd really, really appreciate that. So Bill's checking in again, and I like this. For all of you that didn't see the stream, George was wearing a different hat. It wasn't a baseball hat. He was wearing an engineer hat. And Bill says that George is required. George loves one of his favorite things to do, I think, in all of everything, is to run the 84 steam engine. He loves running that steam engine. But he's required to wear an engineer's hat, just so that Bill knows who the engineer is, right, George?
Yes. Oh, yeah, that and jeans, but I kind of broke that rule. I gotta stick on that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So on the train layout tour, I'm just catching up to the questions on or comments on the train layout tour. Trainstorm says that his train club uses the same idea in the bridge, and that his layout for the club is based on Kentucky in the 1940s. Let's see here. Cross Anchor Railroad says, when the bridge is up, do you have a cutoff to stop the trains from going off the edge? We don't yet. We got to do that. I know I got to do that. I just haven't had a chance to get that done yet. So we just have to be really, really careful on that. Caleb Irwin is asking, is that the 1309?
No, it's a 1521. It's a Malay. I don't think this one exists anymore. But yeah, it's a pretty neat engine. That's for sure. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure isn't the 1321 the Allegheny? Boy, it's making me sound dumb. I'm pretty sure it is. This isn't an Allegheny. It's a Malay. I think it's. Tim will correct me on this, but I think it's like an H6 or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
So Bill Cabernis is asking about that hat that's on the station, asking if that's a Disney conductor hat. He says it looks like one.
Oh, no, I think it's a Metro conductor.
Yep, it's an old Metro conductor hat. Actually, it's a new Metro conductor hat that my wife's cousin gave to us.
That's right, yes.
Trainstorm, Pierre Marquette Productions says, I can't wait to see the layout with some scenery. Actually, you might be talking about the other one as we're going around, not the one that's behind us over here, but the other one, and that's the old Chicago Northwestern.
The collector.
Yep. Caleb Irwin says, what I mean by the 1309 is the C&O mallet that the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad took in and is restoring.
Yeah, no, it isn't. That one I've heard about, but yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't that one. But yeah, that one is really cool. I've seen some videos on it. When they were transporting it, I know that was a big deal. But yeah.
Right. So again, getting back to the train layout, Cross Anchor Railroad says he loves our double crossover. Yeah, it is a neat part of the layout. You got Gargraves. We got another one of these that we got it in. We're probably going to sell that one at an upcoming train meet or something. We bought two double crossovers, but only need one. So if you're in the area and need a double crossover, use Gargraves track and the Ross DZ 2500 switches. Good stuff. So let's see here. Everyone liked it behind the scenes. Trainmaster says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. What'd I miss? You missed everything, man.
Yeah, everything.
But don't worry, we'll be going over some more great stuff. So now that you're here, but thanks for that. So Cross Anchor Railroad's asking what type of carpet.
Oh, I don't know that one.
We had to just use a regular style carpet. I don't know what you call it, just like the same that you'd find in a. It's not Berber or anything like that. Just a regular. It's not shag either that long, but what we did is I not a real whiz at laying down carpet, so they came in 2x2 tiles, and so I had to cut all the tiles out so they fit on the layout just right.
Yeah, it's pretty. That was probably that took a long time because didn't know how much carpet we needed. So we'd buy a box, finish the box, and we'd get another box, finish that box, and it took about 4 boxes to get it done.
Yep, we didn't get
We
it all
didn't
done.
need it all done.
I had to use some other old carpet from our house in order to. So Chris Lambo says, very cool look at the layout, just getting started with it, and he likes the track plan too. Train Master 04 says, anyone seen or heard of some of the new products coming out in line-out catalog? We were just talking about that, a couple of neat ones.
Yeah, we have.
So another person we got who's just checking in and hanging with us, 2003 Marauder. Give him a whistle. He says, "Are you going to have a new? Are you going to have a line-out catalog review when the new line-out catalog comes out on 7/15?" We should. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we could do it on the stream.
Oh, that would be neat. That would be neat. I wonder where we could get a catalog from. Yeah.
Call it Bill Hirsch, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if we can. So Trainstorm PR Marquette Production says, I need to get new motors and decoders soldered into my Thomas and Henry. Good thing the club's opening because I can't solder. I need someone to do it for me. Well, that's always helpful. That's always another good reason why it's really cool to have a whole community of friends and people that you do the hobby with. Right?
Yes,
I would belong to the Train Collectors Association, Midwest Division, and the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. It's an awesome, fun group. We've been doing it our whole lives, both of us.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I was kind of born into it. I think you were involved right as you were born too, right?
Right. And you can see back over there. There's a plaque from for the division that we have with my name and Train Collectors Association number. But it's a really good group, and I would encourage everybody to check out the Train Collectors Association. Traincollectors.org is the website for them. So RJ's Trains says, I would love to one day meet you guys in person, even if it's not at York. I know I'll be out in Chicago at some point. Well, cool, RJ. I hope that one day we'll have a chance to do that. A lot of neat stuff out this way that we'd love to share with everybody. In fact, we've talked about doing this. Right at the beginning of the stay-at-home, we didn't know how bad it was going to be. We wanted to do a YouTuber meet and greet out at the Illinois Train Museum. For all those people that don't know the Illinois Train Museum, it's one of the best, if not the best, train museum in the whole world. And it's amazing. They've got a couple of operating...
Change my mind. Oh, yeah.
A couple of operating steam locomotives, all kinds of diesels that they operate, and a beautiful, beautiful collection. They're opening up, but they're going to be on a limited basis, so it's probably not a good time to do a meet and greet. We want to do a meet and greet perhaps next year. The other thing we were talking about doing was a York tailgate. Thought that would be a lot of fun to do a York tailgate. So hang with us. We'll get out some information. If it looks like one, York is going to happen, and two, if York is going to happen, where and how we're going to do that. We got to do a lot of convincing yet. We got to convince Grandpa to bring his RV out there.
Dude,
George needs to get a pile of money to.
I've been saving up, man. I haven't spent money since the stay-at-home started.
See, part of it is you not only have to save up, you got to earn.
Yeah, man.
Oh, look at how he got all mopey when I said he's got to earn.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I can't. If that does happen, then I can't wait.
Yep. So Train Master 04, it says that 2003 Marauder. I know if I'll be trying to do one either this week or next week. I must be talking to. I have a busy video schedule this week, but I think I can get it in this week.
Speaking of RJ, though, if you're ever in the Chicago area, just text one of us, and we'll try and find a way to meet up. That'd be kind of cool.
Yep. So 2003 Marauder says, RJ, I'm a big fan of yours. But we've got a lot of fans of RJ's. He's got a nice channel. A lot of other people on here have great channels too. And I apologize, I've never seen your channel, but I bet that if you got some videos, that'd be one I'd like to check out myself. Let's see here. Austin and Block, we got your message about the boating accidents. Too bad. Let's see here. D. Klinger. Okay, so I got lost here, so I'm going to start back up again. Matthew Garza says yes, but you're talking about the NASCAR race, but Johnson was in a position to win, but misjudged a block and wrecked. Oof, that's not so good. 2003 Marauder says at Trainmaster 04. I know that there's a Penske S1 in the new catalog coming out. That's cool, huh? And then Tim says he thinks that there's going to be, I think that the cab Fords are going to be going to LC 2.0.
Oh, line chief.
Very good, very good. RJ's Train says, I think I'm in for the new 460, either New York Central or Southern, especially if it has whistle steam.
One thing that's going to be in the catalog that I know that is there's going to be a Monon Mikado.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. I'd like to scoop that one up.
That would be a really cool one, yeah. As a lot of you know, or I'm not sure how many of you know this, but we're big fans of the Monon.
Monon is one of our favorite railroads. The Monon is a railroad that ran through Chicago and down through Indiana.
Yeah, and my grandpa, his father worked for
Yep. Ultimately, I believe that the Monon was bought by the L&N, and then the L&N was bought by...
the Shusha. Wait. No, I don't know. They're in the CSX right now. I don't know who they were bought by.
All right. I'm not sure either, George. It wasn't a trivia question. RJ's Train says, okay. Trainmaster 04 says, yes, I've heard about that, but no one knows if it's scale or line chief plus 2.0. Also, they're going to be producing a Southern 4501. I loves me the 4501.
I like the 630.
I like the 630 too. I hope that they come out with a 630, a Southern 630. Those for those of you that don't know, that there's the story of the 4501 is a great one. It's kind of one of the railroad or one of the steam engine, if not the steam engine, that kind of made railroads recognize the value of a steam program and not letting steam die altogether when dieselization took place. And it's out at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum right now, along with a Consolidation 630. George and I and my father had the opportunity to ride in the cab of the 630. And really, another really neat museum down there.
It's crazy.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
4501, I mean, this the price they bought it for, too. I don't remember the exact amount, but man, it was like in the thousands. It was... And operating, too. I mean, it wasn't in the best condition, but it worked, And they bought it for, I think, like do you know how much they bought it for?
I don't remember.
But it was like really
$50,000
cheap.
or something.
Yeah. I mean, would you buy it would you buy a working steam engine?
Yeah, but I would have had the same problem that they had initially when they bought it. They didn't have a place to park it, remember?
I know, yeah. But still.
Yep. So, for those of you that have never seen or heard of the story of the 4501, it's a fascinating one. And you got to check out a YouTube video. I don't know who made the YouTube video, but the YouTube video is called "And Then There Was One," and it's a really cool video about that. So yeah, again, just if you guys could all do me a favor right now, take a moment, smash that thumbs up button for me. Again, like I said, it helps with the algorithm and getting the YouTube video out there for people that haven't been able to, not our live stream out there for people that haven't seen it today. So please, if you haven't already, smash that thumbs up button. And speaking of Indiana, we got Sam's O-Gauge Trains checking in saying, hey, what's up, y'all?
Hold up. There we go. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Sam.
Yep. And let's see, Sean's Train saying that he's going to be posting a video of the first responder running tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I just lost my place on the stream here. So if I missed you out on here,
no, you're good.
Let's see here.
Anyways, so there you go. Yeah, I mean that's gonna be a cool video. Go check it out.
Right on. So Austin and Block says, is that a Roku remote? That's good eyes. It is. And what we got going on, for those of you who don't see, we've got a Roku television over here that's got I'm reading off of this just because I'm behind. When I get it in real time, we've got everybody's comments that come up on our Roku television through the computer I've got here over there. But I haven't been doing a good job of keeping up with everybody's comments today to get to the point where we can just look at the television with the comments. So Sam's O-Gauge Shane says thank you as well. I'd be down to communicate via Discord. Very cool. RJ's Train says at Tim's Trains, it's hard to pass up a $650 legacy steam locomotive. I must be lost on that.
No. Tim says, RJ, I'm thinking about getting the New York Central 460 too.
Oh, right. Gotcha. see here. Matthew Garza says, I'll buy and pay for shipping on the track. Matthew, we're going to have to follow up on that, on that comment, which track it is, or if you can come back and let us know on the stream here what you mean by that. Clarify that. If we can help you out, we can help you out with that. Caleb Irwin says, I heard all they have to do is add the running gear, and it will be restored completely.
Oh, interesting. That'll be cool.
Yeah. Trainmaster 04 says at Sam's O-Gauge Trains. Hello, Sam. Did you get a chance to look at the Menards' newest building? We've got some Menards building. We really like the quality of those buildings. That's pretty neat.
Yes, we do. I mean, for the price point they are offering too, $100. Ooh, excuse me. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Like them a lot. What about you?
I think that I'm really glad that Menards is getting into the hobby. I think that John Menard, who owns Menards, has got a real passion for O-Gauge trains. So it's neat to see that passion trickle over into marketing of it, some new trains that you can go there. For those of you who don't know, Menards is kind of like a big everything store out here in the Midwest area, and they've begun to carry trains at these stores.
Oh yeah, I see it. They have, and that's really cool. Really cool.
So Trainmaster says, talking about those, says it's the Menards new one is a new lumberyard, and it's amazing. He's going to be doing product review on that. So Caleb Irwin, getting back to the C&O Allegheny, says C&O Allegheny class locomotives weighed a whole lot more than Baldwin, and it said it was, and the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad found that out and sued Baldwin for I don't know how much. Oh boy.
That's not good.
Trainmaster 04 says, okay guys, time for some trivia. First question, who created the E-unit and what year was it made? Ooh. Caleb Irwin comes back and said EMD, and then asks what year though. And then Bill Caverna says Ives, and then Wayne a question mark. Cross Anchor Railroad says 1935. So Trainmaster 04, is that Caleb Irwin? Sorry, I'm talking about the E-unit and Lionel trains.
Oh.
I'm
pretty sure it was Lionel, wasn't it?
Yep.
Might have been Mark. No, Mark wasn't it.
So, and then getting back to RJ, RJ says that Sam's O-Gauge trains need more subscribers. Go check them out. I totally agree. I totally agree. Sam's O-Gauge trains has a really, really neat YouTube channel. Is really passionate about the hobby. So if you get a moment, step back, go over there, and check out his YouTube channel. I'd love to get his YouTube channel some more subscribers of the people that are come on our stream here. And again, creating a community. I like that. I don't mind trying to get the word of good YouTube channels out there, or all of the YouTube channels out there for the people that are in our little corner of the community here. So appreciate everybody joining us. If there's something that we can do to promote our YouTube channels and promote the hobby, as a matter of fact, haven't seen them on here yet, which is a shame, but Ours Trains is another YouTube channel. He gave us some really cool shirts, and we're doing some subconscious promotion of his YouTube channel today too.
Comfy too.
Yep. So getting back for the E-unit, Trainmaster 04 says answer. Bill, you guessed it. In 1924, Ives created the E-unit, but when Lionel and American Flyer bought Ives, Lionel got the rights to the E-unit and started using it in their products.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Ryan Rail's in the house. Yeah. Thanks for coming by, hanging us out, hanging out with us. Bill's weighing in on the E-unit, says that the E-unit is the main reason why Lionel bought Ives.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. Let's see here. Trainmaster 04 says, don't forget about the Southern 610. Also, when the 4501 was bought from the K&T, the owners paid $5,000. At Bill Caverna, yes, that's true at the time, so that they control the competition. So Ryan Rails just coming in here. We're at the little bit past the 7 o'clock hour. We talked about what we're running today. Why don't you tell everybody who's just coming into here what we're running today, George?
So today we're running the Sino Mallet over there, and then we're running the Scale Puller Express, which is right there coming around the bend. And and then on the Mallet I have pulling Union Pacific passenger train, which I know isn't prototypical, but it's what I had out, and I don't know, it pulls the train well, so yeah.
Right, Austin and Block. says that he's got a post-war 2023. That's one of my favorites. I like the 2023 Little Alco. Let's see here. I watched, then there was one the other day. Good movie about that one. That's the one about the 4501 and how it inspired steam programs for the railroads and wanting to have that. I gotta hurry up so I can get these comments. Let's see. Sorry, everyone. Sam's O-Gauge Train says not to brag, but he lives 10 minutes from Menards. And Matthew was a little bit sad, saying that he wished that he lived closer to Menards out in Washington State. He doesn't have any Menards out by them. Paul Coker says that's a cool shirt, George.
Oh, thank you. So if you're talking about him, he's got the cooler shirt. But this is just a breast cancer awareness shirt that a local baseball team, they were doing a fundraiser for, and they were donating the profit to breast cancer awareness. And just, you know, no, my family's kind of got a history with it, so yeah, you know, always got to donate to that. But yeah, that's why I'm wearing, or that's why I have it. But yeah.
So RJ's Train's talking about Corey from R's Train, says he's stuck in the car right now. He's probably headed back from Steven's house out there on Long Island. Headed back to, he's from Pennsylvania if I remember. Hey, Jay Smith is here in the house saying hello. Jace was with us the other night when we were doing the live stream from White Creek.
Oh.
Yep. I was talking with Jace for a while.
That's cool.
Yep. Sure do remember you, Jace. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us today. Check out our train layout, our live stream where it's usually at instead of out there at White Creek. Well, it was really cool to be out there at White Creek. For those people that are just coming by, why don't you talk about White Creek a little bit, George?
So White Creek is the third largest 7.5 gauge railroad in the United States, and we went down there for the weekend, and we brought our engine down there, and but yeah, it's really cool, and I had a good time, and yeah.
So a 7.5 gauge is, for those of you who don't know, it's the kind of trains that you ride on.
Yeah, correct. So it's normally known as the live steam gauge, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff other than live steam that runs on it, and we have a small little, not really that small, but we have a SW9 that we run out there, and run anywhere per se that has 7.5 gauge track. But yeah, that's what we brought down, and then Bill Coverness, who is on the stream currently, he owns a live steam engine, and we've known him forever. And yeah, that's a cool engine. Like it a lot. But yeah.
So we were out there running trains. Had a good time out there riding trains all over this place. It'd be about an hour on this train layout before you'd go back and start covering some track they hadn't been on when you're going around there.
It's the type of place you'll need a map or else you'll get lost.
Literally, you need a map.
I know you get lost.
I got lost one time. I did. Well, it was weird. You know, you think you're going the right way, and then you realize that you can't go that way on the track. And as you're going down the track, and the track is curving away, and you thought you were going one way on the switch, and it went the other way. You're like, oh, I wanted to go that way. I'm going the wrong way.
I got the railroad memorized, but if it's your first time down there, man, it's really tough. I know it took me a long time. I was just sitting in my bedroom and staring at the map to memorize it. But yeah, I got it memorized pretty well. But yeah.
Very good. Well, Trainmaster's doing some comment or some trivia on here, and talking about what did Lionel introduce in 1933?
I don't know.
The answer is they closed the Ives factory. 1, 2, they introduced the chugger, and 3, they started doing radio advertising. Well, that was one of the things that Lionel was really good at, George. I don't know if you knew this or not. One of the things that they really did well was marketing to kids.
Really?
Yep. And to their fathers and adults too. They really had some good marketing campaigns, and that was one of the reasons why people love Lionel trains. Well, not only that, they're cool, but
yeah,
they were able to suck them into their good advertising.
Oh yeah.
So Paul Coker is checking, or Paul Coker says, is talking about your train, says yes, and I normally don't wear pink either, but
I wear this shirt pretty often. I got another one, which is from my baseball team. that's pink as well that I wear a lot. But yeah. I like this shirt. It's nice and comfy. Yeah.
Matthew's jiving on you, George. I love this. He's jiving on you. He says that's how George picks up the ladies. He's like, hey, not to brag anything, but you know, got the whole White Creek Railroad memorized.
Yeah, man. Dude.
That's George like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going
It's
on
the
here?
hair, man. The hair.
The hair schmear.
Aw, dude. Anyways.
So, Jace, it's all right that you're late. I'm glad that you're here. It was cool to see you the other night when we were out there at White Creek, hanging out with you and going on the train. Thanks for hanging with us, even though the stream got a little blocky. It ended up making a pretty good video for those of the people that hang around. If you haven't seen it, we've got a couple live streams of when we were able to get out there on the trains, and you can check out at least a little portion of our train, the steam engine, and also of the White Creek Railroad. So, D. Klinger says, I'm going to my train club either next Sunday or week after, but I haven't been able to go because our club has no air conditioning. It's been almost 90 degrees in Pennsylvania for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I bet it would be hot in the train layout or a train club like that. So hopefully they get that fixed. You can get out there and play some trains. It's probably good stuff. Trainmaster 04 says, if y'all would like to learn more about Lionel up to 2000, look up a book called The Century of Timeless Toy Trains by Dan Ponzo. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. It probably would be a book that I'd love to check out. And sorry guys, I'd love to check out and see, because you're always on here with great trivia. So it's probably a good one to get up to speed on that trivia and be able to kick some of that some answers back out at you.
Yeah. Yes,
Right.
yes.
Ryan Rails says, yesterday at the Trolley Museum they gave me a manual from their PCC streetcar and a written test I have to take to get my license for it. Well, that's cool, Ryan Rail. I've forgotten where it was that you were at. What is the museum where you're at? We've got a really, really good streetcar museum, or a trolley museum out by us, too. South Elgin Trolley Museum.
We got two. Well, one's not really a trolley museum, but we have another. The trolley museum's really cool too. But then the Illinois Railway Museum has an amazing collection of trolleys as well. Yes, they have. I think the only electro liner in existence, right, or that's still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is really neat. And they're currently restoring that. But yeah.
So Trainmaster 04 says, speaking of the hair, I think that if you're going to let it grow any longer, you need a bigger hat, George.
I've already graduated hats. The old one doesn't fit me anymore. The original R's hat, it's that one sits right on my head like that. But yeah, it like feels like I'm gonna squeeze my brains out when I wear that one.
So Ryan Rail works at the Pikes Peak Historical Streetcar Foundation. Very good, very good. Let's see here. Sean's Trains asking, should I get the Proto Sound 1 board replaced with a Proto Sound 2 and 611? Probably. We were learning about one the other day that you can. Bilko was telling us about that. If Bilko is still on here, maybe you can fill in a little bit of the blanks here of a card that you can replace the Proto 1 board or Proto Sound 1 board, and then actually keep the sounds of the Proto Sounds 1,
but make it TMCC.
But operate TMCC. Yep.
That'd be really cool, because I know there are a lot of cool Proto Sounds 1 locomotives, and it'd be really cool to just it's cool too because it just like plugs into it too. I don't think you have to like I'm not sure, 100% sure. Don't quote me on this, but I heard it's pretty easy to install into your locomotives.
Man, I wish I had about 10 of those. Because you can buy nice Proto Sounds 1 stuff.
Can't afford.
Yeah. And if you could get that fixed so that you can get that going, that'd be really cool. So 716 Rail Fan just checked in. Says, hey, just made it. Hey Wally, hey George, give us a thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button for us. We'd certainly appreciate that. It helps us get out there with the algorithm. For those of you that have been keeping track, George just said cab forward, take a drink.
Yeah,
I think that might have been the first.
Now that would turned it into
I like the cab forward. That one's pretty good. Now it's not like before where you'd have to take a drink every 5 seconds. But it's a good one. Like every once in a while, you throw in a cab forward. Ooh, cab forward. Cab forward, drink. We had a game when we first started doing our live streams here. For those coming for their first time on the live stream, we started these live streams right when the stay-at-home started. And it was like George and I could just have fun together and keep our mind off things. And we did a live stream just about every single day. 2 hours or more every day. And that's how we met a lot of friends, and we've met a lot of people on the YouTube here. And if there was one silver lining to stay at home for us, it was that, wasn't it, George?
Oh yeah, yes, that's for sure.
So, but anyway, George's favorite engine is the cab forward. So we had this thing where, when we first started doing this, he'd say cab forward all the time. So we had a drinking game that every time George would say cab forward, we'd drink. Yep.
Speaking of cab forward, I'm gonna pull the cab forward up just to run it. Yeah. Excuse me.
So Caleb Irwin's asking. Actually, before I get to Caleb Irwin, Trainmaster's got a trivia question. Question 4: what year marked the beginning of the streamline era for Lionel? Also, George, do you know? I know how you feel. My hair has gotten long as well, and my head is getting very snug. So Caleb Irwin says, "Hey George and Wally, have y'all been to East Broad Top Railroad?" We haven't, Caleb. Where is that railroad at? Let us know. D. Klinger says, I was in Train World today, and they already have the MTH clearance sale. R.I.P. MTH. I'm surprised that they're having a clearance sale. I just got some email from Mr. Muffin's Trains out in Indiana, and they had all kinds of stock that they were still getting in and selling just as if it was normal business. But it's a shame that MTH won't be operating or won't be producing any more locomotives under the MTH brand. Be interesting to see what happens with the tooling and everything out there. They're doing a lot of productions in overseas, and they've got the tooling there. I wouldn't be surprised if another company here bought that tooling, or another model railroad company bought that tooling and continued to make their trains. That said, it would be a shame if that all went away, but hopefully that'll keep going at least at a different level. Ryan Rail, getting back to the trolley, says, I don't even know how to drive a car yet. I may be the first kid in the 20th century to get a license that's for a trolley car before. Well, Ryan, congratulations and thumbs up to you. Thumbs up to you on that one. That's pretty cool. RJ's Trains is at D. Klinger. They're mainly the same prices as before MTH announced they were closing. Yeah, pretty much. Trainmaster 04, getting back to his trivia question, says the answer is in 34. Lionel introduced an O-gauge UPM 10,000 around the same time when a prototype was introduced on the regular railroad. 2003 Marauder says, can George say starter up like he did at the beginning of the video? Starter up. There you go. That was from one of his first videos here on YouTube. I love that. So we use that one as an intro for this, and for most of the other GFW Trains videos too. Little George saying, starter up! D. Klinger says, yeah, they just have some Rail King engines and some freight car engines on sale. Right on. So Railfan JK is just checking in. George, did you get him a whistle? And he's just checking in and wondering what kind of trains we're running.
I'm running the Polar Express, the Scale Polar Express right now. I'm going to switch the mallet out with cab forward.
So he's switching mallet with cab forward, and we're running the mallet, or Mallet, out there, C&O Mallet. And then we've also got the Polar Express that's running.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So Stephen Corfield says, I'm going to say good night. Great being with you. See you the next stream. Well, thanks for coming with us and hanging out. Glad that you had a Gen 1 guy hosting some Gen 3 guys over at his house. They're probably operating and sharing. I hope you got some good video because I'd love to catch up on that with you guys. So rock and roll. We'll see you around the roundhouse, Stephen. Angel Garcia's back in the house. Angel. All right. Right on. Good to have you back. D. Klinger says, I'm surprised Brian didn't join the stream. He's probably running his M1. LOL. Probably. Trainmaster First says, okay, guys, I think that's it for me on the trivia. I'll definitely have some more for next time. We always enjoy your trivia, Trainmaster. appreciate you bringing that on there and sharing with us. It always brings a smile. It makes me realize how little I know about toy trains, quite frankly. So it's good. So Angel's asking, George, how many passenger cars do you have for UP?
6.
7. 7, right there. He's got 7 of them. Caleb getting back to the East Broad Top Railroad. It's in Rock Hill, Pennsylvania.
That's neat.
Yeah. I know we've never been there. We'd like to go. That'd be a fun one to go to. RJ's Train says Corey is about an hour's worth of video. He took a little, but I'm waiting to post for a rainy day. Cool. I'm glad that you guys got a chance to go out there and visit with Steven. I wish that we lived a little bit closer, because that would have been a fun time to meet and hang out. Jay Smith says, I see you have a bridge in the back. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the bridge that we have back up there is a lift bridge. It's not operating yet, but we plan to have that up and operating, hopefully, knock on wood, when we get the second level of the train layout going a little bit. We've been doing, when we had time, we spent a lot of time doing the live stream, so we didn't work on the layout after we finally got it operational. And also, we're at a point on the layout bench work that's a little bit beyond what I know how to do. I'm working on that second level, so we've been trying to reach out and subcontract some of that out. I've got some friends that are model train guys and also a little bit more skilled at carpentry than I, and I've been trying to get them in there to help me out with that. Once we get that second level worked on, then we can plug in that bridge. But it's a really cool, it's a Lionel lift bridge. I can lift this up a little bit so that you can see it better. It's a Lionel lift bridge. Very neat. We had that operating on George's old train layout. His first train layout that I had made for him. That was one of the videos, or one of the accessories that we had that would operate a lot on there. Let's see. Sorry. We use the camera on my computer here. So, Angel Garcia says, well, Wally, I heard you used to play t-ball as well.
Yeah, he did. Back in the day.
So George is laughing over here. That must be a inside joke that I don't know about. But yeah, I was a killer t-ball player. In fact, they gave me a contract to play professional t-ball. George, did you know that?
Oh yeah? Were you sponsored by?
I was sponsored by Lionel Racing.
You got your discount when you bought or when you purchased the shirt?
1%.
Oh.
1% eBay bucks. So Trainmaster 4 says, well, I do have to confess that I have a Lionel journal full of stuff. Sometimes I need a little help remembering stuff. That's all good, man. That's all good. I love the questions, Trainmaster. Protestant Guerrero says, interesting MTH new cab forward that just arrived is new tooling from their new factory. Things make you go, Seems like one letter has gotten MTH better marketing and publicity. Yeah, that's it's interesting. And like I said, one of the things that I think, and I'll get back to that too. One of the things that I think is that the tooling's over there, and it's in these factories, and the question just becomes, who has the tooling? Who's going to use the tooling to manufacture something else? MTH just subcontracted with companies over there in overseas to make their product, and it's just a matter of whether somebody else is going to contact those companies and have them manufacture product under a different label. Grandpa's saying professional t-ball is called golf.
Yeah, and then Angel says, I would love to play 18 holes against Wally. You're going to have to dust off the golf clubs, man.
Yeah. But to get back to MTH, I agree with Cross Anchors. It says the new TI unit was also announced. And it says, doesn't seem like it's just folding away, just reorganizing maybe for the 21st century. And then Tim's talking about the TIU by Mike's Train House. Says that the new TIU is designed mainly for the HO market. But again, Tim, they did do a lot of this stuff planning looking forward, and I don't think that Mike was looking just at a finish line with all of this stuff. So the question is what happens from here? What happens from here? I don't know. I don't know. I do know that the parts of value from Mike's train house that Mike did have an equity, or did have equity in ownership equity. He did sell some of those things, so like the electronic portion of it and the parts and service division. Yeah, there was some equity interest there, and he was able to sell those. So at least it's going to go forward, at least at some level, not under the NTH banner, but those particular things under a different company.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
hopefully they'll find a way to make the TIU and stuff, or the proto sound, more universal. So maybe if they come out with like new TIU, you can operate it, or you can operate TMCC locomotives off the TIU.
Right, right. So, hey, Chris Lambert's checking in. Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for having. Oh, actually,
Yeah, he's already listening.
Lambo.
Lambo.
So Lambo is asking, are you planning a harbor on a river for the lift bridge? I'm planning a fishing port in the city. Yes, as a matter of fact, we're hoping to do some type of maybe not river / harbor over there. Don't have that all together yet because we're not even 100% sure whether we're going to be able to fit the lift bridge in all of that, but we're hoping to do that.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Right, right. RJ's is double checking and confirming what Tim said, that the new TIU, he doesn't think MTH's new TIU can even be used with O-gauge. But still, same concept from what Cross Anchors was saying, is that I mean there wasn't a finish line with the vision of some of this stuff that they were producing, including the TIU for the HO. So Jace is wondering, George, how many locomotives do you have?
I don't know. We don't have an inventory. I'd probably say like post-war, modern.
Oh, I don't know, Jace. It's a hard one to say. Let's just put it this way. We probably have over 30 of them right out here in our layout right now. I'm not sure if that even scratches the surface of the layout of the trains that we...
How many do you think we have? O scale.
I don't even want to guess.
Yeah,
I don't even want to guess. I would say that we've got probably over 100
I'd say
engines.
More than that. I mean, maybe like 100 engines in the workshop.
I don't know. Anyway, I certainly don't mean to brag but it's an addiction for me. It's an addiction. I'll freely admit to that. So we've got a lot of neat trains here, and I've got a really, really thin wallet because of that. So
it brings you joy.
It does bring me joy. It does bring me joy. So Cross Anchor Railroad says you can operate TMCC and Legacy with MTH TIU now. As a matter of fact, Cross Anchors, that's what we got going on here.
Yes, but I mean like easier, I guess. I mean it's pretty easy right now. Just make it more like mainly to operate stuff. I mean, because you can operate the proto sounds locomotives on the TIU right now, but now that they're not going to be produced anymore, I mean, I would, if I were them, I'd kind of mainly put it so you can operate TMCC or legacy locomotives off. I don't know how that would work, but I don't know.
Yeah, Jace, I know, it's a lot. I will freely admit that I'm a little bit. I see neat trains that I like. I've got to have it, and I've got this thing too where I talked my dad into it, and we're like, oh yeah, gotta get that one. Yep.
Yeah, Grandpa's probably got about like, he's got his. Our collection, it doesn't even like.
Well, we've been doing this for a long time. We've got a lot of neat trains. One of these days, we're gonna get over there and live stream from my dad's house, and I'd love to share with you his collection of post-war trains. And if we've got to make sure that we get it correctly advertised out there, so all of the post-war aficionados out here that like post-war trains can see what he's got. I mean, it's mind-blowing.
He's probably got one of the best post-war collections, like, around.
In terms of different pieces and everything, yeah. Absolutely. So RJ's Trains is going to head out. Thanks, RJ's, for hanging out with us. We'll see you around the roundhouse. Hopefully you come back again soon. We'll be back on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Our stream on Tuesday. We begin at 8 p.m. Central Time. So we'll see you there. D. Klinger says, I'm thinking about setting up my O scale in my bedroom, so I have an O scale and an N scale layout.
That'd be cool.
George has always setting up O-scale layouts around the house. In fact, he hasn't been doing it because we've got this one set up down here now. But George was known for setting up O-gauge layouts wherever there you can find a spot.
Man. I had a
floor layouts everywhere.
But on the well, you have to like really search through the YouTube channel. But I had a floor layout in the living room, or not the living room, the dining room, and I had 2 in there, and man, that was so fun doing that. But I honestly wish I could could go back to that, but we used a lot of the track on this layout, so yeah. But yeah, that's what it is.
So Deke, Sean's train says, I hate when a family member or friend says you have too many trains, and my response to them is you can never have too many trains.
I don't mind it. Nobody really ever says it to us because they're all like kind of used to it.
Angel Garcia's got a little devilish guy here. He says everyone has a few secret engines laying around.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does.
I mean, you guys haven't seen every engine. I mean, there's a lot of like postal engines we haven't showed.
Yep.
But yeah.
And the secret engines laying around apparently, huh? Let's see here. Lego Geek's here. Good to see you, Lego Geek. Big whistle for you. It's been a while. Hope things are going well for you. Another one of our longtime YouTube friends here, Lego Geek, has a really cool channel where he features Lego stuff, and he's also got a penchant for Lego trains. He really likes to show off those Lego trains. So good to see you, Lego Geek. Hopefully life is treating you well. Trainmaster 04 says, yeah, it's huge, but a good addiction. For example, I'm working on a friend's layout, 36 by 34 feet. Last time we cataloged his collection, I think we concluded with over 900 locomotives. Holy cow, that's a lot of locomotives. So good addiction. Good addiction. CSX GEET 44AC's checking in. Says this coming weekend, I'm going to Deschler, Ohio.
That's cool.
Yep. So George Iron, Connecticut Classic Railroader. I'm not sure if we checked him in yet. If not, here we go. He's asking if you've done any more work on your N-scale modular, George.
I haven't gotten a chance to. Hopefully, can get back to that soon. But yeah, it's pretty much the same since you guys have seen it last. But yeah.
So Matthew Garza says, I saw the layouts, but I've seen way too many of your videos. I've caught myself watching your videos until 3 a.m.
Oh gosh.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
I feel honored to be taking up your sleep.
George's sister would probably just shake her head and say, I can't believe anybody watches George's videos or your videos until 3 a.m.
Yeah, man.
But she did take over last time. Our last video we put out on GFW Trains was one that featured Santa Fe Queen, as we like to call Anita, George's little sister. So we got a link in the description below to that last video that we did. It was riding the Metro train from Aurora, Illinois to Chicago. There's some neat spots. So Amy Postman's here, and she says, ooh, nice layout. Well, thanks for...
Nice layout.
Nice.
Leprosy.
Oh. Well, thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking out the live stream with us today. It's fun, always fun to hang out. We got some cool trains running. We talk about everything, mostly trains here, huh?
Yes. Actually, yeah. We talk about everything, mostly trains. That's right.
So D. Klinger just started up his YouTube channel and says that he's got 34 subs, and by the end of the year, hope to have 100. Well, we appreciate you being here, D. Klinger, and hopefully some of the people on the stream here will check out your channel and hope get you closer to 100.
Yeah, the first 100's always the hardest.
Yeah, first 100's hard.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And as Cross Anchor Railroad says, D. Klinger, keep putting out content, and you'll get there. Right. For sure. Trainmaster says that's a good goal to have to D. Klinger. Yep. Andrew Garcia says, you guys are approaching 2,000 subs. We are approaching 2,000 subs. Do we have any plans to celebrate? We're going to have to come up with something good.
Yeah.
I think we're going to shoot George out of a cannon.
Yeah.
Or George is going to skydive with a train in his mouth.
No, not skydiving.
Shoot George out of a cannon. Make George skydive with a train in his mouth. We're open to other suggestions, too. Yep. Make George eat a train. I mean, I don't know.
No.
Could be a small train, George.
Sarah gave me like a chocolate train.
Nope. chocolate train isn't going to work. You need to.
Yeah.
Caleb Ruin says, anyway, got to go. Bye, George and Wally. Well, thanks, Caleb, for hanging out with us when you did. We'll see you around the roundhouse.
See ya.
Yep. And Angel asked, are you guys still doing the IRM in September? We're probably not. IRM sounds like it's going to be open, but IRM is still going to have some social distancing stuff going on, and we've got some. We want to keep the spirit of the social distancing alive, but we are going to do something soon because I want to do that, especially out there at IRM, because that's something I'd really like to share. I'd like to meet all of the YouTubers who'd want to come out, but stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Chris Lambert says, I'm searching estate sales for O and HO. O will be a Christmas layout and HO for the daily hobby. Very cool.
It's neat.
Yep. Sean's Train says, I'm hoping to get the 70s subs. And it takes time. Yes, sure it does. Sure it does. D. Klinger says, for 2,000 subs, we're going to do a throwdown at Strasbourg. How about a throwdown at York?
Hopefully, yeah. If we can get to 2,000 subs at York, we'll have to find something. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. That would be really, really cool.
So Amy Postma checking in. We're talking about her favorite locomotive, and it's a locomotive we talk about a lot. And Amy, I hope that I don't mean to. If you're a guy, I apologize. I don't mean to assume on that. But talking about the favorite locomotive being the Erie Triplex. We talk about that Erie Triplex a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that locomotive. It's certainly unique with the 3 sets of drivers, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That engine is different. Yeah, that'd be one to I would like to get that engine one of these days. But yeah, those are kind of hard to come by. Yeah.
Right on. So let's see here. Yeah. Talking about eating trains, if somebody's recommending the G scale to eat on that with a little bit of ketchup and mustard, maybe. Oh, I like this one, George.
What?
Matthew Garzin says, "How about a 24-hour?"
Okay, yeah. I'll do that. Yeah.
Event.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I like that one. But Jay Smith says that he's got to go. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us the other night and coming back and checking us out again, Jace. Thanks for swinging by. We'll see you around the roundhouse.
See ya.
Randall Ellison just checking in, saying, hey, guys, what's up? We've just been hanging out, talking about trains. George is getting tired. He's yawning all the time.
Yeah.
And I've been off all week on vacation. We've been out at White Creek Railroad doing 7.5 gauge trains. We did a couple live streams out there if you didn't catch them. We're getting ready to put out, or actually I've got a couple of videos in the hopper that I'm working on. The next one is going to be at about, I forget the guy's name, the layout that we saw in St. Louis.
Kyle Faintich's.
Yes, we're going to do got a video on Kyle Faintich's layout, got a video coming out on the National Museum of Transportation in St. Louis, and we probably have one or maybe even 2 videos of White Creek that are in the hopper ready to come out next. So, yeah. So, talking about that, just talking about trains in general, Amy Postma says, yes, it's a very unique. My other favorite is the Baldwin Sharknose. So, Amy's bringing up a lot of engines that we've had lots of discussions on. Some people like those shark noses. Other people don't like those shark noses.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about them. I think they're cool, but...
I think they're cool engines.
Yeah.
So Sean's Train says Strasbourg is amazing. You don't just don't pick a day out with Thomas because it gets packed. It's the same with the Illinois Railway Museum. Yeah. Yep. I've been to Strasbourg, but I really want to take George out there. Grandpa George Worderick says, who has to run the 24-hour thing?
I'll do it.
Yep.
24 hours. I think 24 hours stream. Oh boy.
So Randall Ellison says, I just got back from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Coal train sitting behind me at Thayer. Ooh. So Lego Geek says, I love the shark noses. See, I told you, there are a lot of people who love those shark noses. And same with the triplex. People love those, just like you, Amy. D. Klinger says, I hope I can make it to York. But Brian is saying he doesn't know if we are going.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he said about 1,000 times on the Discord that he's going to York.
I know.
Bragging about that. So it'd be interesting if you didn't go. Speaking of the Discord, George, why don't you explain a little bit about what the Discord channel that we got with the link down below.
So the Discord channel is an opportunity for us to continue talking, even if we're not. So we used to do daily streams, and since we're not doing daily streams anymore, we wanted to find a way for us to continue talking to people, and we created a Discord server for train modelers to talk about trains, and there's a link in the description for the the Discord server, and if you haven't already, please consider joining. We have a fun time on there, and yeah, so.
Cool. Well, hey, Amy's also asking, George, and I'm wondering about this too. We gonna run some locomotives?
Yeah.
Let's get that running, man. Well, we've got the locomotives we're running today. We've got the 1225 Polar Express running, and George is running a SP Cab Forward over here on the other side with some Union Pacific passenger cars. So, So Ralph Miller says, I've been to York, Strasburg, Scranton many times. You're going to love those places. We were in Scranton a couple years ago. Did a little video on the little Baldwin switcher that they have out there. Actually, I did that video as a promotion for Sparky 107's, 107's meet and greet out there. But yeah, the Steamtown's a really cool spot. But I can't wait to take George to York and Strasburg. Problem is to get out to York, you got to go out there with a pile of money, and I haven't been able to save up enough money to get out there to spend. Sean Strange, just tell us when I'll be there. Strasburg has been running the Norfolk and Western 475.
That's neat.
Yep. So Lego Geek kind of says, RIP daily streams. Yep, sorry about that. And Amy is super jealous of D. Klinger. And Ellison says, my favorite locomotive would probably be the C-37 Burlington Northern. Had a ton of those locomotives.
Oh, yeah. Those engines are cool.
Is that the...
I think those are U-boats.
Oh.
Actually, no.
They're not U-boats, but they've got the stubby nose like that. Yep. I remember seeing those in our area when I was growing up. D. Klinger says, Brian says it depends on what Corona is like, and he said he might also get another M1.
Yeah.
CSX GT 44AC says, I'm going to be coming back to St. Louis at some point in time. We have to make it not only to the National Transportation Museum when we're out there, you have to make it to our buddies over there at the, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the hobby shop. You remember the name of the hobby shop over there? Or the train store? Train Town. You're going to have to go to Train Town. We did a video on their store from when we were out there in St. Louis. Cool place to go. Lots of fun guys there. So make sure you hit Train Town if you go to St. Louis. Trainmaster 04 says, I like gas steam turbines, big boys, Santa Fe 3000 and Santa Fe Elko PAs. That's a fine slate of favorite locomotives, that's for sure. Cross Anchor Railroad says, we got another young model railroader on the Discord. We met at the train store. We did a walkthrough Saturday. Cool. And you got that video that's coming out on that walkthrough. Can't wait to see that. Amy, right. And that's one of the things the Discord is supposed to kind of get the next gen YouTubers, these generation guys together and get them talking about trains and get some of our older, not older, that's a bad way to put it, but the second generation guys, third generation, second generation is me, and then first generation guys like my dad, and get them all chatting and talking about trains, but in particular try and get a community of Gen 3 trainiacs out there talking trains, the next gen people. So yep. See here, Amy Postma says, do you guys like the GG1? It's funny that you would say that, Amy. That's my favorite engine. I love the GG1. That's my favorite. Oh, and Tim just checked in. GG1's my favorite engine. When I was growing up, I had the opportunity to run behind the Amtrak, one in the Amtrak contest behind the GG1. That was one of my favorites. It is my favorite. The GG1 is definitely, no holds barred, my favorite train locomotive ever. So, oh gosh, Fly Moke Airman 1 says, hello GFW trains, I'm new here.
Oh.
Can him a whistle. Well, thanks for coming by, hanging out with us, except, and Lego Geek says, cab forward, take a drink. Well, except for what? Except, you have to tell us that. Trainmaster says, I would love to go to York, but A, COVID's still out, and B, too far away and C, crazy prices. For sure, for sure. But they're good prices. Fly Moke Airman says, hello at Tim's Trains. How do? Yep, and Andy Postman says, I have a Bachmann SD35 Union Pacific dependable transportation. Fell off a shelf at my grandparents' home about a week before my birthday.
Oh, that sucks.
I hope it didn't break. Does it work?
Yeah.
I hate when trains fall off the track. Had a couple of them fall off the track. I haven't had any stop working, though, that's for sure. Anthony Garson says, sorry, but F units are better.
Agreed.
Yep. So people like, my favorite, I like F units, but another one that I particularly like, me personally, I love the E units, E8s, E6s.
Yeah. They're just like long, like F units are like short, they're like super long, you know? Oh, that really doesn't make sense. But yeah, they're pretty, I like those a lot. Just look how long they are. They're really cool.
The Trainmaster 4 says, have y'all heard of the SF 5000, the Madam Queen? I haven't. What is that?
It's a,
it's a 210-4.
212.
Tim was just.
Oh, it is?
Yep. Says it's 210-4. Where's that at, Tim? And Amy's talking about the train that fell. Says the front bogie is broken. I don't know if I can fix it. I'm sorry to hear that.
It really sucks.
Yep. Angel says Alco PAs, FTW.
For the win.
For the win. Oh, I see what that is.
I respectfully disagree with that.
Oh my gosh, there we go. There you got George's. Lego Geek says, okay, bye guys. Glad to stop by. I'll do my best to stop by next time. But I'll be on the server whenever. Cool. Good to see you, Lego Geek. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you around the server. See you around the Roundhouse. Again, our next stream. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up button for us, everybody smash that thumbs up button. We'd certainly appreciate that if you would do that for me. Get that for me if you haven't already. But we'll see you around the Roundhouse.
Yeah.
So Amy Postma says that the road number is 866.
Oh, cool.
So Trainstorm says, sorry I was gone for a little bit. Was having some issues with my HO Polar Express. I know HO isn't that great. When my MTH 1225 gets here, I'll act as my new Polar Express, and the lineup Polar Express will be on the display shelf. Railfan Railroad Productions then says that the Line L O is pretty good. I agree. We've got two Polar Express Berkshires from Lionel, and both of those we really, really love. Amy says, I wish I could send a picture of it to you. Well, Amy, do it. Here's what you can do. Like George was talking about, there is the Discord server. There's a link that can get you on the Discord server in the description below. So check that out. Hit that link, and then you're able to go to the Discord server, and you can post pictures on the Discord server. In fact, there is a portion of the mainline Discord server that specifically is for posting pictures. So that'd be really cool if you could post a picture up of that. Trainmaster 04, speaking of the Queen, says went up to Amarillo, Texas, where it's at. It's sad to say it's in a pitiful state. Huge locomotive and one of the last surviving Santa Fe 210-4s. So Amy, it says you say you don't have Discord. I don't think you need like a Discord app. I think all you need to do is
go on the internet.
Go on the internet and go there. But anyway, check it out if you don't have it and you can't get to it. That's fine. I apologize, but maybe you do have to download the app. But if you do have to download the app, it's free. Yeah, it's there. And a neat way to continue talking. And if not, sorry about that. As I'd like to see the picture too. But anyhow, moving right along. Let's see here. Find it. Moke Airman says that was except at GFW Trains. I just recognized someone. That's a nice open layout there. I got to get some sleep tonight, so I'll catch up again. Stay safe and keep well. Well, thanks for coming by, and we'll see you around the Roundhouse. Good to see you.
See ya.
And thanks for coming by for your first time. I love that. Cartoon Dog says, hi, I see cab forward train.
Oh, yeah, it's right behind. Right. Oh, it stopped.
Stopped. Yes, we do have a cab forward. That's one of George's favorite. In fact, cab forward, we'd always joke that when George would say we have a drinking game on GFW Trains, whenever you said cab forward, you had to take a drink. So, bottoms up, everybody. We don't have drinks down here. We forgot to bring drinks down when we started the stream up. So, Let's see here. Train Storm says, yeah, Lionel was pretty good, but I think since Lionel hasn't been in the HO world that long, they've got some issues to work out. I'm not sure they'll improve. Well, that's too bad. I hope that they do improve it because, you know, more manufacturers, more brands that are in model trains is good. So Amy's trying all right, good. The Discord, that's good. Railfan Railroad Production says, I just joined the Discord. Thanks. That's good. That's good. Hopefully you'll enjoy the Discord over there. And we got your whistle there for checking in. Right on, right on. So Randall Ellison says, Z-Train is going by the yard right now.
That's cool.
Thumbs up. So Trainmaster 04 is saying, what version of the 97 coal elevator is that in the background? Is it the pre-war or the post-war?
Oh,
it is the pre-war version of the...
it is?
Yeah. It's the yellow and red one there, George. And Angel is saying that George is a rivet counter.
No, I'm not.
Amy says, I don't think I can set it up. I might need my mom's help. All right. Well, hopefully you can get that set up. It would be fun to have you on there. And if you wanted to post pictures there, hopefully that you can do that. But thanks for giving it a good try. And if you can get on there, that'd be great. Make sure that you get on there, go on the Introduce Yourself page, and hopefully join in on one or two chats talking about trains. Tim's Trains, George says that Lionel doesn't need to be doing HO.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Oh, actually, Grandpa's correcting me that it's not a pre-war 97 coal loader, it's a post-war one. And Grandpa knows, George Woodrick knows, because he's the one he bought that for me. And we don't have it hooked up yet, but yeah. So Cartoon Dog is asking, how many trains do you have? And we were talking about that, just going through a little bit of conjecture. I'm not really sure how many trains we have. We've got a lot, too many. Yeah, it's a little bit of an addiction, the whole train thing. So when you count, you realize just how deep you are into this. But I can tell you this: we have probably about 30 trains on the layout here, and we got a lot more than that around the house and back in the workshop and underneath the layout too. So, but we have a nice collection. We have fun doing it with the hobby. Trainmaster 04 says, okay, I have the pre-war version. Nice to see another iconic accessory survive. That's cool that you have one. That is an iconic accessory for sure, for sure. Trey Storm PR Marquette Productions says, I think that now the Polar Express is an HO. Lionel doesn't really need to do anything else for HO.
Yeah.
Amy Postman says, do you like the New York Central 20th Century Limited with the Hudson steamer?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we've got the Hudson steamer. George is going to bring that out. That's one of our favorite ones. Cartoon Dog says, I have a model train by Bachman. Cool, Cartoon Dog. And Bachman makes some great, well, they make some fun trains. We have a lot of Williams trains that are now Bachman. Williams was its own entity, and then Bachman bought Williams, so now it's Williams by Bachman.
I don't think we have any Williams by Bachman. I think the only one we got is the TCA engine.
Right. No, I don't have any Williams by Bachman, but I do have a lot of Williams pieces. So, let's see. Railfan and Railroad Production says, Fireman, watch out for the controller. Engineer, huh? Down here, yep. Matthew Garza says, I can tell you my count is 4 working engines and about 40 pieces of rolling stock. Well, very cool. I liked your post-war video that you put out the other day, Matthew. That was a really good one. Railfan and Railroad Production. Randall Ellison says, I can't remember if I told you guys or not, but the West Plains Model Railroad Club's October and Christmas displays will be held at a new location this year. It'll be at the Opera House Ballroom. So that's cool. That's neat. Where exactly is that, Randall? Real fan, real production fireman. Watch out for the controller engineer, huh? Real fan for the fireman. Watch out for the controller engineer, huh? Runs into the legacy remote. Boom. So yeah, Amy, that's the Hudson right there. That's a K-line Hudson that they came out with a couple years back.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be one of my favorites. I love this engine a lot.
I do love that Hudson. I think we've got 3 of them that are like that, and they're my favorite ones. We've got this one, we've got a Lionel version, LTI version, and then we've got the original 700E version. So
We
we've
got
got
the 773 too.
we've got two of the post-war versions, the 1964 773s. So. Cross Anchor says, gotta go, guys. Fun as always. See you around the Roundhouse Tuesday evening. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Cross Anchors. I hope you had a good time, and see you around the Roundhouse. Don't let the caboose hit you on the way out. Cartoon Dog says, I wish I had an HO scale Streamline Hudson. Ooh, I loves me some Streamline Hudson. We've got one of those too, as a matter of fact. I forgot about that one.
That one's
But we don't have it here. We've got that over at a friend's house who's repairing that when he gets a chance. Let's see here. Railfan and Railroad Productions is that Hudson Vision line. It's not. It's a TMCC, and it was one that was made by K-Line. I believe that came out in 2005, somewhere in that area.
It's about as old as me.
Yeah. But Amy says, no, I was talking about the Streamline one. So we like that, Hudson. We've got the Streamline one, but we don't have it here, like I said. Hopefully we'll get it back sooner than later, and we can have that on the stream, and you can critique that and let us know if you like that one. Let's see here. Oh, Randall's in West Plains, Missouri. Forgot about that. Okay, that's where you're at. We were out there at West Plains. And they said when you get more info, you'll let me know the exact location, dates, and times. Right on that one. I appreciate that. Trainmaster 04 is also asking, is that a K-Line Circus dining car in the background, George? You're partially right. It's a K-Line Circus car, but I'm not sure if that's a dining car. Is that one a dining car, George? It's a combine car. Do you have a couple of them back over there, or just the one?
No, I only have one. This is
Oh no, that is. It's not a combine car. That is a dining car.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the only one I got, but it's pretty neat.
Trainmaster, you got a good eye there. Good eye there. Tracer on Pierre Marquette Productions says, I'll be sure to join the Discord. Just got to download the app. We're putting in new floors, so I can't use the computer since it's packed. Got to pack the layout soon, too. Can't run for 2 weeks. Ooh, moment of silence. All right. Well, hopefully you can get that up and running sooner as opposed to later. Amy says, also, this is my first video, and I just subbed. Like, well, I hope you're enjoying yourself. We enjoy having you here, and thanks for hanging out with us this evening. We usually do Sundays from 6 to 8, and then we do Tuesdays at 8 o'clock Central when we do our live streams. We've been doing less and less. We've been doing not as many videos that we put out as we'd like, as we have in the past, but we always used to try and put out a video every other week. We've been kind of lax on that because we've been doing so many live streams. But thanks for being part of the GFW Trains live stream community. Good to have you here. So Cartoon Dog says, also, I see a Thomas train behind you. Yep, that's one that a lot of people notice. It's actually kind of a cool one. I made it myself. I made it out of a 1666 Lionel steam engine chassis and a whistle. That was a Thomas whistle. Can you grab that for me, George? So I cut out the guts of the whistle, and I modified the steam train so that you can fit it right in there. So the guts of the whistle came right here, and then I put the guts of the steam train in there, and it cost me $23. The whistle was $3, and the train was actually $20. A couple weeks back, we had a $20 special where we had to buy a racing engine for $20, and that was the one that I had made there. I haven't gotten it set with the bottom being in there real strong, but I made that. Everybody's got to have a Thomas, right?
Yeah.
So Austin and Black Productions says, Wally, I have a post-war 2023 and a 2032. Those are two great engines to have. Those are both fun, iconic post-war engines. Model Railroader 1225 says, hello. Well, welcome to the stream. We're just getting to the second hour of the stream, getting through the second hour of the stream and getting close to the end. We've been on for about 2 hours, so we're winding down, but we'll be back on Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central. So coming in late, thanks for being with us. you can go back and check out the stream later, but we'll be back on Tuesday too. So yeah, Trainmaster, that's a Thomas on steroids, that's for sure. So Amy Postman, be right back. All right, well, we're going to only be on for a couple more minutes here. And remember, 1225 says I'm going to get an HO 060, and I have an O scale Thomas. Cool on both of those. Austin and Black Production says 2023 are both our dummies because of problems. Well, that's too bad. Cartoon Dog says, why is the cab forward not moving? Probably not moving right now because we're about ready to wind down the stream. Been on for 2 hours now. George has got to get out and do some pitching before the sun goes down because I forgot to save for retirement, and I bought 2 things as far as my retirement goes. Hopefully I got winning lottery tickets, and the other one is I'm banking on George's professional baseball contract. So that's I think going to be my retirement. So
better hope those lottery tickets come in clutch.
Right on. So anyway, everybody, I appreciate you being around here. Appreciate you hanging out with us this evening. It's always good to see everybody here and talk trains with everybody. We'll see you. Hopefully come back. Next Tuesday and hang out with us at 8. And kind of a couple of last things. First, do me a favor, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button. We're rolling right along here pretty good with the stream with 28 people. And what I'd like to tell everybody that's here with us with the stream and the people who aren't on the stream currently but are watching that for the people that are watching, please, we've got a really cool community of YouTubers here. We've got some people that are my Gen 1, as I like to call them, which is my dad's generation, people that grew up with the Lionel trains during the post-war years, that grew up, me, who was an MPC era, and George, who's a modern era. So my dad's Gen 1, I'm Gen 2, this is Gen 3. We've got a real neat group of people that are coalesced here. And there's a lot of neat exchange going on with everybody. And YouTube is a really cool forum to exchange ideas and to share our community with, or our passion for trains and our community with each other. So please support each other. Go through, see all of the people here on the live stream, go to their channels. Also, there's a part of the Discord when you're on the Discord where you can post up links to your channel and links to videos that you make on your channel so that you can promote your channel and everything about it. So please check those out. Please support each other and enjoy those trains, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friends, we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Well, look who's switching the way out. Boom, chakalaka.
Thanks for coming here, everybody.
Alrighty.